The Tribune Company, the parent of KTLA Channel 5, the Los Angeles Times, Chicago Tribune, has reached a crucial decision about its future. Tribune is returning to private ownership in an $8.2 billion deal led by Chicago real estate tycoon Sam Zell. The news was announced by Tribune CEO Dennis Fitzsimons.
This is being made possible by a very creative structure that Sam Zell brought to the table and a significant personal investment on his part.
The deal follows a challenge to Tribune's top management from the Chandler family, the former owners of the Los Angeles Times, Tribune's largest stockholder. Under the complex plan, Tribune's employees will become majority owners of the company. Sam Zell will become chairman of the board, outmaneuvering Los Angeles billionaires Ron Burkle and Eli Broad for control of the media giant. For the very latest, let's go live now to the host of the KNX Business Hour, Frank Mottek, live in the KTLA newsroom. Hello, Frank.
Hi there, Hal. Thank you very much. Yeah, this has been a 6-month battle of the billionaires. We understand the Tribune board met until almost midnight last night to consider a reported sweetened offer from LA billionaires Eli Broad and Ron Burkle. Now, it is possible they might take another shot at Tribune. We put that question to some of the experts. The deal has a relatively small breakup fee of $25 million, leaving open a chance of another counterbid, perhaps, from Broad or Burkle. Media analyst Ed Atorino with Benchmark in New York told me, "I'd be very surprised if there was another offer. It looks like it's over, but stranger things have happened. I would be shocked if there was another offer," he told us. Now, a longtime financial editor at the LA Times, Jen Flanagan, who's now with the New York Times, says Broad and Burkle could do it, sure, but would they do it? Newspaper companies, he says, are not bringing big premiums. People are not paying or saying, boy, I really want to get in on that these days. Well, basically, way too early to get a handle on what's going on and what's going to happen at the LA Times. Still brings in lots of cash for Tribune, but same cost-cutting issues we've been hearing about in the newspaper industry for quite some time now will still be there. Tonight at the Times, there is relief, but still a lot of uncertainty as to what's going to happen. Right now, Sam Zell is the man of the hour. Hal?
Frank, let me just ask you, what are the implications for the 21,000 Tribune employees as you see it?
Well, for the moment, it looks like they're going to be getting $34 a share for their stock. We see Tribune shares moved up 70 cents today to $32.81. If this deal goes through, it'll become a privately held company, and anyone who now owns Tribune stock will get $34 a share. The deal still has some regulatory hurdles to clear. It still has to be okayed by the FCC. For now, the Tribune directors have okayed it, but it still faces some hurdles, and by the end of the year, it's widely expected this deal will go through.
Frank, there are various ways that the board could have gone. Some people were suggesting they just do a self-help approach. This seems to be sort of a variation of that. It's going private. Why did they decide to go with Zell as opposed to the other folks?
Well, from what we understand, Zell has a good Chicago connection. We understand he has a place in Malibu here, so he does have some Southern California connections, but it looks like his roots are in Chicago. Tribune has been based in Chicago, and looks like he had the upper hand, even though local billionaires here, Eli Broad and Ron Burkle, had made a very similar offer. They went with Zell.
Frank, thanks very much for that insight. Let's get to Frank.
All right, Frank to Frank.
Frank to Frank.
All right, thanks, Hal.
A frank conversation.
All right. So